Hello, welcome back to Crypto SA channel. My name is Jose and I'm here again to talk to you about Bitcoin. Let's go straight to the content, but before actually, please like this video, comment, subscribe to the channel, help the algorithm send this message out to as many people as possible, and I will thank you for that beforehand. Okay, well, as we've been saying in the past few weeks, Bitcoin is ranging around within this descending broadening wedge, which is at least a bullish reversal pattern. So there's a possibility of Bitcoin, for Bitcoin to go all the way up and actually to break through this formation. Okay, we have very how could I say, accurate touches both in the bottom and the top of the pattern. So it's accurate as far as now, but Bitcoin is suffering like a rejection from the main EMAs on the daily candles, and mainly here we're talking about the 100 EMA, the white one, and of course the 21 and the 8 EMA can't be surpassed if the 100 is so close and not allowing this breakthrough. Let me just put like a lighter red here for the 200 EMA. Okay, so let's go straight to what matters now. First, we have like a monthly resistance, and this monthly resistance is ranging in between these specific values here. The bottom is like around $63.1 thousand, and the top around 67.1. So before Bitcoin reaches this region and tries to break through it, we can't think of like a long-term uptrend for Bitcoin. And if we put it like in the weekly candles, the weekly candles are especially important, because here we're not talking about the bullish case, we're talking about not allowing a bearish breakdown for Bitcoin, and this bearish breakdown is around the range of the $55.8 thousand. So below this, the bottom of this box, we could see a very strong downtrend to come for Bitcoin for a longer period of time. When you're talking about the weekly candles, you see here, it doesn't look like this is happening for both reasons here. The stochastic RSI and the RSI in itself are, both in the, here actually in the oversold region. Here, of course, there's room for the downside, but is holding support so far, right? With no specific divergences, like bullish divergences, which would help like an idea, probability of a move to the upside. But at least we're not seeing like a breakdown, and we're seeing like rejections of a breakdown of the bottom of this box. Okay, when we talk and the bullish case though for the weekly, which is even a bullish case that then is previous to the monthly, the long term, which is like what I call the mid long term, is around the $75.8 thousand range. This is good for one side, because if this holds and if we start to try to move up, we're gonna have the $63,000 range as resistance. But if we pass through this, probably we're gonna try to reach the $75.8 thousand range to retest this upper area here of the RSI, right? So this is something to consider. And when you talk about the daily though, that's what we have on the daily. We have like let me light this up to see what the daily is. So we have like a specific lining here where we find a possibility for the daily to hold, which is exactly where we're taking support at this moment. the $58,600 range. Right here we're at 58.9, but yeah, the 58.6 is like this range where we had the swing failure patterns twice already, 3 times, not to say. But actually we're not having so far, although this can be considered one, like this could be considered a level B bullish divergence, right? It's not, this is somewhat moving upwards, right? If we did this, it's kind of forced, but yeah, we have like somewhat like a bullish divergence here on the daily. If this holds a support, that means we're rejecting the bearish case for the daily, as well as if we hold this, we're rejecting the bearish case for the weekly, right? But as well, the daily bullish case is here's a neutral region, the daily bullish, and we have the stochastic here on the overbought area. The bullish case is only if we flip above $68,700. So there's a lot of confluent resistances to break through before we come to like to talk about like a bull run, for example, on the $75,000 range. And last but not least, if we come to the 4-hourly and let's go shorter term, what happened at this moment is we had like a rejection of the 200 EMA. It's the 4th rejection or 5th, depending on how you consider it. It was a strong one this time, and we came all the way down below the 100 EMA as well, the 8 and the 21. So although we held support here at this $58,000 range, which is good, right? But yes, we have like for the 4-hourly, the $62,000, 62.6, which is confluent with the bottom of the monthly bullish range, right? As resistance, as you can see, you know. And as well, we do have now this triangle that tends to break to the downside, right? And if that's the case, the target would be for this triangle. I need to, target would be around what? Let's see, 54 point somewhat here, another swing failure pattern. We would be expecting this failure pattern to happen if we are to hold this level here to keep coming up in case we break down from this triangle formation, right? This is like a descending triangle, right? And last but not least, right, let's just erase this whole thing, head back to the daily and see the fibs, the fib levels. We have fib levels here that are important to consider, and this, and this. And if I flip this Fibonacci retracement this way, what do I have? I have the most important levels on the 883, the golden pocket and the 382. Well, you see here that we had the 382 and the golden pocket as support both times, and we're facing resistance on the 883, and the EMA 21 here is also working as resistance, confluent here with the 883. Can we come all the way down to the $54,000, $54,000 range to retest this region? Yeah, probably. This is a very good area for a swing failure pattern, as we just said, to try to do like a movement. I mean, I hate to predict specific movements, but we could do something like this. And the only reason why not the only, but one of the strongest reasons why I have to think of like a possible scenario of like a break to the upside is that, one, the Dow Jones is, although facing like a strong resistance on the monthly, weekly, and daily bullish levels, is above the golden pocket support. We have the Nasdaq facing only weekly and daily resistances, but above the monthly bullish support region now, that is confluent also with the golden pocket on the macro, you know. And we have the S&P 500 even above the weekly bullish region, right? Or trying to flip above, having only now the daily, the midterm as resistance, although forming, of course, a bearish divergence on the monthly. Okay, all of the indexes are pretty much forming this bearish divergence on the monthly, which might lead, and we have a very nice candle here, it's somewhat a bullish candle, so we might think of like a new all-time high here for the indices, which makes me think if they do go and try to flip like this, even if it's a fake out to come all the way back down afterwards, it's possible for us to have like a bullish thrust to the upside before this bearish divergence comes into play. Okay, and when it does, it's going to be a long run to the downside, which I think might match to a recession in the United States. And that's something that we might talk about with the presence of Brandon from Market Makers, that I invited to come talk to you guys about it. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this content, and I hope these levels help you negotiate properly, accordingly with your money. Please do a very good risk management, and I hope I see you next. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. See you next.